Well, most property, whenever it's in CRP in our area, the first challenge is there most likely isn't a fence around it, or if there is a fence around it, it hadn't been touched in 20, 30, 40 years. Your next challenge is your water. If there's not any local water source, a river or creek or that's running or has water year round, then you're gonna have to look for water by drilling a well. My name is Landon Engelke, owner-operator of 444 Engelke Ranch. We run commercial cattle on the property. I bought the house in 2010 and it came with 4 acres. And I always dreamed of owning the land that was behind it, and in 2014, somewhere around there, the landowner behind me called and said that he was, be willing to sell if we were interested.
It didn't have any fences up. It had no water on it. The wells we knew were dry, and we just really weren't sure what that was going to look like for us. But because Landon had worked in the past with NRCS, he believed that we could get some help and get things rolling, and it helps, obviously, him being a fence contractor. But it was exciting, it was scary.
A lot of these CRP fields were once farmland, so they don't have the water or fence infrastructure that's needed to be used for grazing. And that's a big financial hurdle to get over, to take CRP land and put all that infrastructure in place to run a grazing operation.
We've built 3.5 miles of fence on this ranch, and we've drilled 2 water wells, and we set up the water troughs and all through with the NRCS.
The main ecological benefits of taking CRP and putting it back into grazing production is, we maintain the habitat for all the wildlife that have been using that CRP all along. It's not going back into row crop agriculture, as well as being put in production for livestock and grazing management.
So our efforts in conservation for our land is not just for us and for our cattle, it's definitely for the future of our children, so that they know how to maintain and manage this land so that it's not used beyond its capacity. But also, Landon and I, one thing we do enjoy is the wildlife. This land is hosted a numerous amount of deer and baby fawns, and the elk are not very far away, and we would love for this to be a safe place for them as well, because we all know everything's getting over-farmed or overdeveloped, and it's important for us, for our future, for our children, for their operation, as well as the actual wildlife.
It's been a very unique opportunity to start with Landon and Shannon, from them purchasing the CRP land, working with us on developing the plans on how they could actually implement these practices that they needed to get done, and how we could help them move forward to reach their goals.
Without a doubt, I don't believe that we would be as far along as we are if it weren't for the help with NRCS. It's been an absolute blessing.